Educational content. YouTube may allow kinds of violent or graphic content noted above in some cases in educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic content. This is not a pass to upload content meant to shock or disgust or encourage others to commit violent physical sexual assault. For educational content containing this kind of violent or graphic content noted above, this content must appear in the images or audio of the video itself. Providing it in the title or description is insufficient. Welcome to True Crime and Celebrity News. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel, and if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving my videos a thumbs up.
Good morning, true crime and celebrity news friends. So it's been a while. I'm alive. I'm partly well. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. If you are here now, please like the video. If you are in the replay, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't got anybody in here yet, but who knows if anyone's gonna watch it after.
Harvey Edward.
Oh, hold on a second. Okay, I'm here. You know, nobody calls me, comes over, but the moment I hit live, they call, want me to help them. It's like, oh. I just sat here, well, because my phone was off, but I just sat here for the last 3 hours waiting for the internet to work. Y'all could have walked over here. They only live across the street. But yeah, so we got some cases we are going to go over today. The David looks like he might be facing some charges. The Camila Olmos, and some celebrity news about Tyler Perry. Boy, I never expected that at all. And I guess whatever else we come across for the day. But let's start with David. Let's do Camille and the other missing girl last, so we can spend a little bit more time because there's a lot to go over. So the David thing looks like he's going to, according to TMZ, looks like he might be facing some charges. So let's watch this. Okay, let's do this.
Hey guys, Jackson WOAI here with TMZ with a huge update. I think the update that everybody has been waiting for regarding the David case in the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Now, we released a video about a week ago giving you guys an update. A lot of people in the comments thought that this was more of a recap than an update. We think we gave you guys a lot of updates, but feel free to dispute that in the comments. For those who didn't see the video, I'll give you a quick recap right now. We spoke about Robert Morgenroth, who is the general manager of Mogul Vision, which is David's music label. He was also the president of Zara Brothers Travel LLC. Now, we spoke about his testimony before the grand jury in the courtroom. We have some producers who were in the hallway outside of that courtroom who caught some conversation between Morgenroth and his lawyer. Morgenroth told his lawyer that the judge inside of that courtroom was questioning him on why he didn't call the police. Now, we can only guess what the judge was asking him about, but we can conjecture that it was Celeste Rivas and why he didn't call the police regarding something that had to do with the events leading up to her death. Now, what we also want to confirm, which is not the update we want to give you, Robert Morgenroth is a suspect. There is a much bigger update here that I'll get into in a second. We also spoke about an uncooperative witness who was to be arrested due to not showing up for her testimony. We also spoke about David's midnight trip to a highly remote area in Santa Barbara, which is significant because the police classified this as evidence. Now, what that has to do with the murder of Celeste itself, we have no idea, but an interesting topic to note. Now, the update we want to give today marks a significant turning point in the death of Celeste Rivas. We think it's the biggest update that we've given yet. Now, this update is regarding the grand jury. Now, about a month ago, we here at TMZ reported that this was an investigative grand jury to uncover unknown facts, to identify suspects, and also identify a potential crime in this case. Now, investigative grand juries can be useful to subpoena uncooperative witnesses and force them to testify in front of the grand jury. The public hated the idea of an investigative grand jury because an investigative grand jury carries a connotation that they aren't clear on who committed the murder or what crime was committed exactly. Today, however, we've learned that this was not an investigative grand jury. This was a grand jury, period. And that is pretty significant because a grand jury hands down indictments where an investigative grand jury does not. And we've been told by multiple sources that authorities and the prosecutor, Beth Silverman, believes that David was involved in Celeste Rivas' death. So what does this mean for David? Well, it likely means that he is going to be indicted on the murder of Celeste Rivas We don't know what the charges are going to be exactly. However, we do think that this is going to be a significant turning point, like I said earlier, in the case. We have people down there around the courtroom who have overheard people in the hallways talking about how they're going to hear witnesses in February of next year. So don't expect an indictment to be handed out straight away, but still a very significant piece of news regarding the case. Guys, my name is Jackson Buhai. Let me know what you want to hear about next in the comment section below, and I will see you on the next one.
Okay, go for it.
This is the pre-podcast?
I guess for like a couple minutes.
For a couple minutes, pre-podcast Q&A.
Yeah, I've been waiting for my dog to stop barking. Oh my God, she's Leo.
Hey guys.
I am so sorry. So I'm hearing that they found an incinerator for like cremation, and they found a chainsaw. So according to a person that's on Twitter or X, I'm not going to name names, said that these things are not a typical thing you would see in a house in California. A chainsaw and an incinerator. He said it would be something you would see out on a farm. The incinerator, yeah. I mean, the chainsaw, maybe he was using those in his video. I mean, you don't know. They could take the chain off and use it in one of his videos. I mean, why are we jumping to conclusions? We don't even know what the indictment was. It was just an investigative grand jury. It wasn't even ones that can indict him. It was just the investigative ones to get people to come in and testify that wouldn't normally do that because they can send out warrants and stuff for people to come in and testify. So I just think we're jumping too quick on things. So here's the video on the chainsaw. We'll go ahead and we'll watch that one. And see what they say. Oh, good.
Dismembered body. So ever since police popped the trunk of a Tesla that was found abandoned in the Hollywood Hills and discovered the dismembered body of teenage runaway Celeste Rivas Hernandez, there has been a ton of speculation. There has been a ton of suspicion, and all of it has centered around the singer named David. It's pronounced David, but it's spelled with a 4. You can see right down there on your screen. The Tesla was his, and Celeste was his underage girlfriend, and he has not been seen in public since his world tour. It was abruptly scrapped. He hasn't said a word in public about any of this. And now comes a new bombshell report from TMZ that David will likely face charges early in the new year. They and also us, we have reported on a grand jury that's secretly been happening. There's been these hearings with evidence. They've been going on for weeks. And TMZ says the prosecutor in charge believes that David did have a hand in his girlfriend's death. This has been ongoing, and there's been so many different moving pieces to all.
So when they're saying that he had a hand, does that mean that it was his car that was used? I mean, in all reality, how, unless those videos show him actually putting her body in that trunk, what do they have? I mean, going to Santa Barbara late at night, what's against the law about that? I don't see anything. I don't. They must really have some good evidence on him, allegedly, in my opinion.
Of it. I'm joined once again by veteran private investigator Steve Fisher, who has been on this story really since almost the very beginning, uncovered a ton of leads, clues, evidence, been in Los Angeles, breaking new developments all along. So, Steve, it's good to see you tonight. You were hired by the owner of the home that David was renting, and you actually went inside the home. What sort of was there any potential evidence? Did you see anything that really stood out to you?
Yeah, well, so we announced previously that we found a burn cage incinerator there for one. And another thing I can tell you tonight is that along with that, we found a chainsaw, brand new. It was with the incinerator. And there's no purpose for a chainsaw to be at this rental house. They're certainly not in charge of, trimming the trees or anything. So, we can't say exactly, it was unused, just like the incinerator, but I think, it could go to show some intent of what this plan was, because whatever happened here, like it wasn't a finalized plan, she was not.
I think they're just jumping the gun on this. I mean, he's a musician. They use all kinds of weird things in their music videos. That doesn't make them murderers at all. What about it? And it was unused. The incinerator wasn't used. So apparently that wasn't what hurt Celeste.
Not meant to be left in that Tesla on Bluebird Avenue. And so, the plan got upended.
Yeah, and I want to ask you about the burn box in a second. I think that's what you burn. Is that what you called it? A burn box?
Burn cage.
Burn cage. Yeah. Okay. But first of all, I want to get to the chainsaw, because I don't think I've heard that before, that there was a chainsaw inside the home. Where was it?
It was in the garage, and it had not been used. It still had the protective shield over the chain itself. But there it is with a burn cage, and you got to wonder what this plan was, or what the plan could have been, and it's troubling, because there's really no, just like the burn cage, there's no purpose for it at that house,
So the chainsaw, he was renting the house, correct? Because it's the owner who hired you?
Yeah, actually he wasn't. It was Josh Marshall, his manager. The owner, one of the reasons I got hired is because the owner was trying to figure this out. He didn't know who David was. He had never heard of David before. He thought Josh Marshall was living in the house with his family.
And did the owner confirm that the chainsaw was not his?
Yes, it's definitely not the owner's. Yeah,
I'm just thinking, I've rented a lot of houses, why you would have a chainsaw in the middle of LA when you're renting a house. I'm just trying to think of like a reason for that. It seems kind of strange.
Yeah, it is strange because, first of all, to use a chainsaw takes a little bit of training, not to hurt yourself. And listen, they're not responsible for any of that, taking care of the, outside the property or anything. So what is the purpose? And then when you couple it with not just the incinerator, but now a deceased, 14-year-old in a Tesla that's been parked at that property, it becomes really troubling. And, hopefully there's going to be.
I just think he's jumping to conclusions. There's nothing against owning a chainsaw. That doesn't make somebody an murderer at all. The incinerator, it could have been for a music video. What part of those things can they really indict him on? I'm just not getting it. Like, how? I've missed you too, Cindy. I hope Sheila's okay. I messaged her. She's never messaged me back. I really hope she's doing okay. Okay. We got a lot to get through.
Some justice here soon. It's been going on a long time.
Yeah, it seems like it's really dragged on. In terms of the burn cage, I'm not really familiar with that. What is it? Describe to me, like, what is a burn cage?
So it's literally, it's a steel cage that it can withstand temperatures up to 1,600 degrees. And they're used a lot on like farms to incinerate everything from trash to animals, and to break everything down. And it actually, the advertising on it is, if you go to your YouTube page, it says, burns at 1,600 degrees. Well, when human cremations are done at 1,400 degrees. So this has the ability to literally cremate a person if you wanted to, and makes you wonder what the intent was.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone.
Jesus, he about gave me a heart attack. Well, good. I messaged you. I wanted to know if you were okay. How was your Christmas? Mine was just the same day. Amy told me that they decided they weren't going to have kids. So, yeah, that was my Christmas. So that was pretty much the news on David, that he could possibly be facing an indictment. We don't know. This is from TMZ. I mean, I typically get a lot of my news from TMZ, but, sometimes they talk a lot, So let's jump to Tyler Perry. Y'all, this is crazy. Like, I would never expect this out of Tyler Perry. But he's being sued for being inappropriate with another man on set to his movie. I think the Medea, I can't remember which one, but I guess he's been inappropriate, and it's not the first time. It's been a couple of times. It is very shocking. But sometimes people really need to be careful, because these people, I mean, he's worth billions of dollars, and sometimes people just think to themselves, I'm going to sue him. But, we never know. There's not a whole lot to go over on him. There's a couple of short videos on him. But he's the second for an assault. $77 million lawsuit. Yeah, that seems a little fishy to me too, Cindy. Well, here, this one's pretty short. We'll do this one.
Of workplace sexual assault and harassment. In June, he filed a $260 million lawsuit against the media mogul. These are claims that Tyler Perry denies. But Dixon says he's speaking out now to try to stop a billionaire who won't stop themselves. What made you decide to come forward with your story?
I wanted to speak out and not stay silent about it anymore.
Actor Derek Dixon sitting down for his first television interview since filing a $260 million lawsuit against media mogul Tyler Perry, detailing the alleged sexual harassment and assaults he says he endured.
That's when he pushed me up against the wall and grabbed my ass again.
Dixon starred as Dale in Tyler Perry's BET series, The Oval.
Why are you yelling? I'm in this too, remember? You're not in it. Did you get shot at? No, I actually got shot.
He appeared in 85 episodes between 2021 and 2025. Tell us about the first time you ever met Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I met him at his studio opening party in 2019.
This is crazy. When you don't have cable or watch cable, you don't know this stuff is coming out. This show, I've never heard of this show. Wow.
I was working for an events company, and we met, and he said to me, are you an actor? And I said, well, not right now. I'm working on it, but not right now. And he said, yeah, you are. We need to talk. You should get my number, and we'll talk about this.
Did any of your initial interactions give you pause?
A few of them were did give me pause, but they weren't bad enough to think like this was a dangerous situation in the beginning. Yeah.
According to your lawsuit, at one point early on, he bought you a car.
Yeah, he'd seen my Jeep around the studio that I was driving, and he said, that's not a great car.
Tyler Perry is an actor, producer, director, playwright, and prominent name in the entertainment space.
Oh, well, let me go to Georgia or wherever he's at and drive my car. Maybe I might get one.
He launched his career in the 1990s.
You want this hair? You want this hair?
His 2005 breakthrough film, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, debuted at #1 in the box office and was a massive success. To date, he's created 24 feature films, 20 stage plays, 17 television shows, and 2 New York Times best-selling books. In 2021, his prolific career earned him a spot in the exclusive Billionaires Club. His media empire includes his own production company, Tyler Perry Studios, based in Atlanta, one of the largest film studios in the country.
I'm not trying to do anything other than meet somebody at their humanity.
As his career has flourished, he's also made a name for himself in the philanthropic space. So in early 2020, you land the role of Dale on the Oval. Was that a dream job?
It was, yeah. It was. To be a series regular on a show was something I always dreamed about.
The complaint includes multiple screenshots of text messages allegedly between Dixon and Perry.
Picture where he's on the jet ski. Well, I said, nice picture. And he said, yeah, the water looks calm. And he said, nice picture. You don't see that stud in that picture? Rude. And I said, LOL, yes, that's a stud. And all these texts, I tried to de-escalate them and make a joke out of them.
Some of the messages more sexual in nature.
One of them says, what's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that in therapy yet? I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you.
Now, the complaint also alleges that in January of 2020, there was an escalation from the text messages to Tyler Perry's behavior becoming physical. Mm-hmm. Can you explain?
Okay, so I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, when did he stop working for Tyler Perry? And why did he stop working for Tyler Perry? Is he upset that Tyler Perry fired him? Was there something to do with that? Is there something to do with Tyler stopped spending money on him? Is there something to do with Tyler just didn't want anything to do with him anymore? I mean, it could be anything like that. I mean, we can't just go off of what this man says. I mean, someone would really have to sit down and do research, but a lot of that stuff is probably put somewhere and it's closed up with about 25 super duty, heavy duty locks that none of us are going to be able to see, because one of them is hiding a secret of either he got fired, Tyler Perry just stopped all communications with him, he's mad, suing him. I mean, what's wrong with those text messages? Seems like he was conversating with him, but now all of a sudden there's a problem with them text messages. I don't know. I guess I got to see both sides before I can make an informed decision. All right, I'm going to let this play. I got to go use the big girl's room.
During that first alleged incident?
Yes, we were over at his house. We're having some drinks in his guest house, and it was late at night, and he has.
Yeah, but even having the lawyers uncover the truth doesn't mean we're going to be able to get any information. I mean, he's worth billions of dollars. He can keep things awfully hush hush.
The guest quarters, and said that you can sleep there instead of not driving, and his house is far from Atlanta and where I was living. And I got into bed, and then I noticed that he climbed into bed with me as well and started rubbing my leg. And I jumped up out of bed, and he has said, turn around so I can look at you, and just commented on how I looked. And then he got up and left. So I thought after that instance, it was pretty clear that I was not interested in that type of a relationship. It was very, very strange. I mean, I think it's okay that people try to make a move or shoot their shot, but if they get rejected, I think that they should stop. And so I thought it would stop after that, and it didn't.
At the end of the second season, Dale gets shot in the chest 4 times. Why was that especially concerning for you?
What it meant to me was if I don't make him happy, I could stay dead on the show.
And the complaint specifically says, and I just want to quote it, Mr. Perry made it clear to Mr. Dixon that he would kill off Mr. Dixon's character if he did not indulge Mr. Perry's sexual harassment. Was that message clear to you?
For me, that was his way of showing his power over us and our careers, and that he doesn't have a problem with just killing one of us off.
You're also a screenwriter and had written a TV series called Losing It. Tell us about that.
He ended up wanting to read it, and I at first was like too embarrassed to even send to him, but he did, and he said he loved it and wanted to shoot the pilot for it.
All right, let's go to June of 2021, another alleged incident that you outline in your lawsuit where you're again at Tyler Perry's home in Atlanta, and it ends up with you locking yourself in a bathroom.
Mm-hmm. We started out having drinks in the living room like we I've done before, and it got to a point in the night where we were both kind of feeling drunk, and I remember we were walking back to the guest area where I've stayed before, and there was this health monitor scale on the way, and I was like, "What is that?" And he said, "Well, you have to be in your underwear to measure, whatever. So you should do it." He reached down and pulled my underwear down and grabbed my ass, and I tried to stop him and pull back my underwear up, and he kind of grabbed my arms and said, no, it's okay, just go with it. And I said, stop, I don't want to be naked, I don't want this. And he was just like, no, I'm not going to hurt you, and just continued. And in that moment, unless someone's been through something where they have their control over their bodies taken away, you don't really understand the kind of feelings that you get in that moment. It was almost like every thought came through my head: to run, to fight, to freeze. I didn't know what to do.
He says he de-escalated and distracted Perry and eventually locked himself alone in the guest house bathroom.
The day after that, he called several times and I ended up getting afraid of what was going on the other side. So I picked up, and that's when he said, he was sorry for what happened. He doesn't know why he did that, and that maybe he was self-sabotaging or something. And in the same call, he said, and don't worry, we're going to do your show.
In the lawsuit, you describe this as a calculated pursuit of you by Tyler Perry. There are also several times where he says to you, you have to make your no stronger. Mm-hmm. How did you respond to this, as it's described, calculated pursuit of you by Tyler Perry?
To me, that's just so insulting. And I reiterated, I said stop. I said it. I don't think that people ever get past something like that happening to them.
Dixon tells us he last spoke to Perry in the spring of 2024 and left the show in September of that year.
What ultimately became of your pilot, Losing It?
Yeah, it hasn't gone anywhere. He still owns the rights to it. So I can't now go and sell it.
Then in January, the actor filed a complaint with the EEOC, the federal agency responsible for protecting workers.
Could that be why? He's mad that something he made or wanted to do, and Tyler Perry now has the rights to it. So he's mad. You mad?
From discrimination.
In response to your EEOC complaint, Tyler's representatives said, among other things, Mr. Dixon's initial letter to TPS, Tyler Perry Studios, about its matter demanded $42.5 million to buy his silence. They described your actions as extortion. Mm-hmm. Were you looking for money to buy your silence?
No, I think I was looking for accountability on to what he did. I think what he did was wrong, and it needed to be something that would deter him from doing this to somebody else, another actor, or in the future.
What kind of a toll would you say that this is all taken on you?
I was extremely anxious. The calls got to a point where the calls and texts were almost every day. Just this constant state of like, if I don't answer, I will lose my job. I'll be fired or killed off the show. It took a huge toll on my anxiety and depression.
You're asking in your lawsuit for damages totaling $260 million. How did you arrive at that number?
Part of that number is my lost job, my lost income, the loss of the show. The other part of that is a deterrent for, how do you stop a bill?
Absolutely, Cindy. I mean, I would need to see more documentation on all of this. I think dude's mad. Yes, I think it is too. I think that he's mad that he lost that screen, the rights to that pilot. I think that he put in the lawsuit for the accountability just to make the other lawsuit look better.
Millionaire who won't stop themselves from doing this.
He's worth billions. His opinion, this guy's opinion, he don't care. I just don't think Tyler Perry really cares.
How difficult has it been to tell your truth?
It's been hard. It's a vulnerable thing to talk about, I think, for anybody. There's a lot of shame, I think, around it. And just trying to think what you could have done better and having to deal with the judgment of what, everyone might think of how you could have handled it better without being in that situation.
Perry has not yet responded in court filings. In a statement to ABC News, his lawyer called Dixon a, quote, individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam, and that Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. If you were to talk to Tyler Perry right now, what would you say?
I would say, I hope that you take accountability for what happened. And I hope that this has taught you not to treat your employees this way and to never use someone's dream to coerce them into a relationship that's not professional.
What would just...
Well, I agree. I mean, I don't agree with that. For one, you went over to his house. You were also text messaging him, but you only showed us part of those text messages. How do we know you weren't being just as sexual in your messages? I mean, come on, you can't lead a person on and then sue them. That'd be like me going to a guy's house tomorrow night on New Year's after being at the bar drinking all night, knowing dang well what we're both looking for, except for this guy's got money on his mind. I got money on my mind.
What's this look like for you?
Justice would look like thinking that.
This is all my opinion. I mean, I don't know this guy, so I don't know what type of character he is.
I've made a change and that something like this won't happen to another actor that works for him or another actor in the industry. That would be justice for me.
So what I'm curious, Tyler Perry's been making movies for a long time. And there's just now two people coming out saying that they've been sexually harassed by him. Don't you think somebody would have come out by now, before now? Yeah, something just ain't right with that story. So, but that's it on that one. So we all heard about Melanie. Poor Melanie. Mom has been indicted on first-degree murder, and they are not seeking the death penalty in that case, which I think they should. I thought they were gonna, do it out in Utah where she was found, but I guess they're gonna keep it in Santa Barbara. I mean, they have the firing squad out there in Utah, but that's just my opinion. Nobody else's. But they found Melanie. There was a couple that were taking some pictures, and they were looking at the pictures and seeing that there was a body in one of them. Wow, what a, just weird. I mean, you're out, you're enjoying the mountains, you're enjoying the scenery, you're going back to look at your pictures, and you see a body of a child. Could you imagine? And she was shot multiple times because they said wounds. I could play the press conference. There was a gag order placed on the case temporarily until January 7th. The prosecution put the gag order because they said the sheriff put out too much information that shouldn't have been put out. So, but poor Melanie was found. They think she was out there since October. So 2 months she was out there. It's like they said, it's very rare for a mother to unalive their child. I could never in 100 years have I ever. No, when Amy was first born, I had some issues going on. I had a lot of postpartum depression. And I'm not going to get into what was done. I mean, I didn't do anything to harm her, but my way of thinking wasn't right. But the doctor said it's normal. It's that when you act on that is when we have a problem. So I got put on some medicine, and away I went, and I never had a problem. That was the only time, just one time. I had a lot going on after I had come home from the hospital with Amy. Her dad's friend had a party at my house. Remember, I had Amy New Year's Eve. So tomorrow's her birthday. She'll be 23. There was throw up in my sink, all over my bed, all over the side of my bed. I had my baby in my arms. I was going through laundry. I unwrapped a pair of pants, and throw up fell all over me and my newborn baby. Oh my God, I couldn't do it. And then it was, the holidays, the landlord, I couldn't get a hold of the landlord to have someone come clear out the clogged up sink. And it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare, and my mind just went so many different directions. Excuse me. So that's what happened with Melanie. I'm not going to go over the press conference because I'm sure we've all seen it. And it's kind of hard to listen to. But she has her appearance on January 7th. And if they have it live, I will most definitely go live for that. And I'm going over my list of trials that I'm going to be covering at least the first 3 to 4 months of the new year. There's a lot of them. The Amish guy. I'm not too much into the Corey Richins. The Indian lady in Virginia, her husband unalived her, and she's never been found. That trial. There's a lot of them coming up. Keith, the one that didn't actually unalive Tupac, but he had knowledge of it. The person that actually unalived Tupac is no longer with us. He has passed away. So I guess that's the justice Tupac will get for that. But we have a case out of San Antonio. There is a lot of misinformation there. I'm hearing this is a big human trafficking spot. Kifty, yeah. I hear this is a big spot for human trafficking where this Camila went missing. And there's also another girl. Oh God, I can't remember her name now. Well, anyways, there's a lot of misinformation coming out. There's I don't know. I'm hearing the mom said she was sleeping with her. She got up. She took a morning walk every morning. She went for a walk. And she left her phone on her bed dead. She had her car keys and her driver's license. I guess that's not unusual to carry in that area in case ICE were to approach her to prove that she is a United States citizen. She was born here. And I don't know, we can go over some of the news and stuff. We'll do the news conference because that kind of gives you a lot more of the information. But I do want to go over, there's some helicopter, live helicopter. It's over now, but we can look over the area and see where she went missing from. So, just sad. Like, we can't get the story straight on what happened to her. The friends say she was not suicidal. Mom says she was. What's the truth? The friend said that she was texting I love you. And the dad said no. She never texted I love you, goodbye out of any other ordinary time that she would have done it. So it's just a weird case already. I'm finding so many. Man, I went over this multiple times today and last night. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. She had just broken up. She broke up with her boyfriend. She was supposed to, the next day after Christmas, go dress shopping with her friends. She was standing, they have video of her in a pair of shorts, a hoodie, and I think white sneakers outside her car right before she took off for the walk. Then they have another video of her walking down the street, the same route that she always takes. Now, what confused me about the mom is The mom said, well, if I've noticed she's not home, I'll go on the route that she always takes to walk, and I'll pick her up and we'll come home together. Why? What? And why that day she didn't take her phone? Did she maybe leave her phone charger at someone's house? I just can't see a 19-year-old letting her phone go dead. And they said, her friends, that she was always on her phone. And when she goes on walks, she always listens to music. Also, very religious. She's very, very religious. So I can't see. She's probably Catholic. Most of them are, that come from, Mexico and places like that. Her family does, but she's born here. But most of them are Catholic. And I'll tell you what, right now I'm Catholic, and if she was practicing the religion like they say she is, she's not going to off herself. She's just not. But she very well could have. We don't know. We just don't know what happened to her. But here's the press conference. Sometimes I say too much too. So.
Up to this point, we've been relying upon the school to allow us access, and the school's been great partners. But at a certain point, we see that, we don't want to interfere with their operations either. And so we've now set up our command posts. Again, they've been gracious enough to let us use the parking lot. That way we can come out and do what we need to do without disturbing their ongoing operations. But as of now, as the last few days, we've been talking about the lack of video from the community. Up to this point, really the only thing that we had some videos and stills from her driveway, from the young lady's driveway, and what we believed was her right around 7 a.m. Late yesterday, we were made aware of a second video that somebody from the neighborhood here was on their way to work about 7 a.m., about the same time, and saw what they believed may have been her on a dash cam. This person had a dash cam operating in their vehicle. They shared that video with us. And again, at present, I'm not able to say with 100% certainty that this is the young lady in the picture, but it does certainly have the clothing description on this pedestrian certainly does match up with what she was wearing at the time. And so, we're sharing that information, that video with you all in hopes that somebody may have collected similar video. Up to this point, really, this was the best direction of flight that we were able to develop. Again, at first, all we had was video right there, right around the residence. And so now, if this is indeed her, we've got what we believe to be a good direction of flight. And so what it looks like is that back over this way is where the residence is. It looks like she may have come out onto Wild Horse Parkway and taken a left and was actually heading this general direction when a motorist driving to work passed her and was able to capture the video. Again, we'll share it with you all. She is wearing what we believe this young lady was wearing about the time that she was last seen. Light blue pajama shorts, if you will, and a dark colored top. And so we're asking anybody, again, with any information to please give us a call, 210-335-6000. You can also email us at bcsotips@bear.org. And what we're asking is, once again, folks from the community, if you've got any surveillance camera video, or if you've got a surveillance camera that maybe you haven't had an opportunity to check up until this point, please make it a point to look. Again, the last video that we have is about 7 a.m. Christmas Eve morning. But, again, even if you don't live here in this immediate neighborhood, maybe you live 2 or 3 communities over. Hopefully it doesn't cost you much more than time to just look through your surveillance camera video from later that day and let us know and let us be the judge of it. What we don't want is somebody to go, well, I'm not 100% sure that it's her. It's just a video of somebody, the top of somebody's body walking up my street. Show it to us, send it to us. Let us be the judge of whether it's something usable or not. what we don't want you to do is feel silly calling us, and in reality, you're holding on to something that could help us out with this case. Any questions to this point?
What resources do you have right now? Is the FBI involved? We heard some of those reports.
The FBI has been involved up to this point. You know, the FBI is always a good partner with us, and so right now they've been helping us out with going through some digital devices, some digital evidence, enhancing video, things of that nature. Homeland Security has also been helping us out with regard to checking outbound flights, border crossings. Not that we have any direct information that would lead us to believe that she left the country, but again, we would be remiss if we didn't check everything. And so, you know, at present, there's nothing to share with regard to that. But again, we're thankful for our federal partners for giving us access to their databases that they have. Esta tarde voy a dar más información tocante esta niña que se fue de la casa el día 24 de diciembre. Nosotros hemos andado en esta búsqueda desde ese tiempo. Nosotros físicamente estamos checando el área, las vecindades, las áreas entre las vecindades donde hay monte. Naturalmente nosotros estamos checando todas esas áreas con drones, con perros, con caballos, lo que nosotros tengamos por medio de herramientas nosotros estamos empleando ahorita. Ahorita estamos aquí poniendo nuestro centro de inteligencia móvil aquí en esta escuela, y pues aquí vamos a estar por cuando menos unos cuantos días. Nosotros este día estamos compartiendo video con sus estaciones que se aparenta que parece que una persona que se capturó en video es posible que es esta niña. Ella, la última vez que la vimos, que alguien la vio, fue aproximadamente las 7 de la mañana el día 24. Este video se aparenta que es aproximadamente ese tiempo. Un testigo que iba al trabajo tenía una cámara en su carro y capturó video que pensamos que es posible que es esta niña que el video capturó. Entonces, les estamos enseñando este video con las esperanzas que la comunidad chequen sus cámaras, sus videos, aunque no viven en esta vecindad. Es posible que ella caminó por algún rato y pues es posible que alguien había capturado video que pueden compartir con nosotros. Nos pueden llamar al 210-335-6000 o también nos pueden mandar email bcsotips@bear.org.
So do you believe
she walked away on her own?
At this point, that's the prevailing theory based upon the video that we have. Unless we have evidence to show otherwise, we believe that she did walk away from the residence on her own.
Any reason
now, no, I mean, at this point, look, we've got several different theories working, and we've got to, the theories that we're working upon run the whole gamut of possibilities. We do have, unfortunately, some indications of suicidal ideations from this young lady in the past. We do know that there was some depression issues in the past, but as a young person, what young person doesn't have bouts of depression at a certain point? So we can't.
Everybody said that she was not depressed. Her own dad. So the mom and the dad don't know anything.
Can't necessarily afford to just say, oh, well, that must be what it is. We've got to consider all possibilities, from disappearing willfully to the possibility of self-harm to somebody may have taken her. Maybe, after this video, somebody may have taken her. And so we've got to consider all possibilities at this point. Unfortunately for us, we can't start narrowing that down until some evidence takes us to that, and we're not there yet.
So what is being searched right now? What areas are being searched right now?
Right now, physically, we're searching as close to this area here. But as we're able to, and as more resources are coming online, we're able to expand out a bit more. We've actually got a cadet class that's out here that's physically searching. One of our law enforcement cadet classes is out here searching. Mounted Patrol is out on the ground as well. The drones, the dogs, we've got some volunteer search groups that are out kind of doing their own thing, coordinating with us to the extent possible. But, we're concentrating our efforts on this immediate area. John Paul, I'm sorry.
You have mentioned in the past that you believe she's in imminent danger. Can you elaborate as to why?
Sure. With regard to the imminent danger, what led to the clear alert was the information that we had that there may have been some suicidal ideations in the past, some attempts to self-harm in the past were a consideration. And so again, it's just one of the many theories that we're exploring at this point. But, you know, obviously a young person like this, small in stature, very young, very impressionable. I would say anytime they're away from home, you know, and we don't know where they are, there's always an immediate danger there.
How far
Concern.
the dash cam video where you sort of believe that you saw her, how far is that from her house?
The dash cam video that we saw is maybe a couple blocks from her home, maybe 2 blocks at the most. I'm just guesstimating there.
Holding anything?
No, she just appears to be walking by herself.
So I seen it. I'll show the video, but they had trace dogs, you know, scent dogs, and they followed her scent on that whole walk that she would take. So, I wonder what happened.
And you know, it to the person that captured it, it didn't really mean much until such time as they put 2 and 2 together and said, wait a second, on my commute, I saw somebody, and maybe, and she took a chance. The person that brought this to us took a chance, and hopefully it'll pay off for us and it'll help us at least it's given us a better direction of flight to be able to concentrate our efforts on.
Si nos puede dar una cronología de cómo desde el primer video y luego el siguiente video y hasta dónde ha llegado ahorita la investigación, donde creen que...
Sí, al principio de la investigación solamente teníamos un video de la casa, que aproximadamente a las 7 de esa mañana que ella estuvo cerca de un carro. El problema con ese video es que no es video todo entero. Es una cámara que toma fotografías cada cuantos segundos o cuando ve movimiento. Entonces no teníamos video entero para poder enseñar. Nosotros pensábamos que posiblemente era ella en ese video cerca de un carro en su casa de ella. Ya este video que estamos compartiendo con ustedes es un poco despuesito de eso. Aunque la fecha está equivocada, and I'll tell you guys this part in English here in a little bit. La fecha está equivocada, pero la mujer que capturó ese video, que lo compartió con nosotros, ella sabe que cada día a las 7 de la mañana aproximadamente ella se va al trabajo. Ella iba al trabajo esa mañana aproximadamente a las 7 y capturó este video que a ella no figuraba que era nada importante hasta que vio esto en las noticias y compartió el video con nosotros. The video that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, I just mentioned in Spanish. The date is way off. The time is way off for whatever reason. The lady that shared it with us, the couple that shared it with us, I should say, they know that this video was captured on this day. They were able to attest to that fact. And they know that she leaves for work every morning around 7 a.m. And so even though the date and time is off, she's fairly certain or very certain that video capture was right around 7 a.m. just after the time we saw her at her driveway.
You mencionó lo de que ella sentía que estaba en peligro. ¿Por qué? ¿Cuál es la razón? Y habíamos escuchado de unas notas.
Mira, bueno, nosotros tenemos información en esta investigación que esta niña sufrió de depresión. En algunos tiempos sufrió de depresión y que tenemos información que ella en algunos momentos habló de cometer suicidio. Ahora, se sabe que muchos jóvenes de esta edad sufren con depresión y de vez en cuando también hablan de hacerse algo ellos mismos. Por eso nosotros no nomás nos estamos concentrando en esa idea, sino que todavía tenemos que fijarnos en toda la información. Puede ser que desafortunadamente ella se hizo algo ella sola. También puede ser que ella solamente huyó de la casa y quiere estar sola por unos días, unas semanas, pero también es posible que alguien se la llevó. Entonces nosotros tenemos que considerar toda esta información mientras que vemos para dónde nos lleve la evidencia.
Sé que habían perros olfateadores. ¿Hasta dónde llegaron esos perros?
Bueno, estaban en esta vecindad, pero también esos perros tienen límites a lo que pueden hacer. Nos llevaron a una vecindad aquí cerca y luego de ahí ya no tuvieron éxito con decirnos dirección.
You mentioned a path of flight. Does this new video at all narrow where you guys release?
Well, it gives us a direction of flight, right? You know, again, to that point, all we had was her driveway and really didn't know from there. This at least gives us an idea. It was okay, this general direction coming from the residence itself. But with that being said, we still won't say with 100% certainty, it's got to be on this side. Well, we're still going to consider all things, but obviously it's going to steer us a little bit more strongly toward this direction, this general direction. But again, once she hit that roundabout that's back here, she could have gone anywhere from there. So it does narrow it down a bit, but just not 100%.
So we were told that she goes on walks. That's normal.
Mhm.
So where she was, is that a normal place for her to go on her walk?
It's a normal, along her normal route. From my understanding, this young lady was is a bit of a fitness enthusiast. She was very much into going.
Did you catch that? What he said? And he had to catch himself. See, I wonder, do they know something we don't know?
Into the gym and very much into walking, but again, normal part of.
Now, I understand the ex-boyfriend said I was her boyfriend because, well, I guess he could say I'm her ex.
Her route.
You mentioned digital evidence and digital devices. The FBI is assisting you with that. Can you elaborate on what those?
Sure. She left behind a cell phone, which, you know, as you know, a young person that age, or even a not so young person who leaves their cell phone behind, right? It's unheard of. But she left behind a cell phone. She left behind an iPad, and so we've had the opportunity to go through some of that.
And you know what surprises me about this girl? She doesn't have an Apple Watch. What 19-year-old doesn't have an Apple Watch for their phone? I mean, come on, my kid. I bought 3 Apple Watches when they came out. 3 of them.
Digital evidence, again, thanks to the help from our friends at the FBI. You know, I can't part with too much from what was gleaned from that, but we were able to glean some information from it.
As far as checking flights and ports of entry, are you doing that because something indicated she might have gone that way?
No, there was no indicator that she left, but it's something we'd be remiss if we didn't check.
Yeah, I could see boys, not some. I don't see many boys wear Apple Watches. Nope, not very many of them.
Because, you know, the last thing we want to do is spend a whole bunch of time searching this immediate area and then, she flew to Mexico. There's no indicator here that occurred, but we had to check. Just like we had to check. I can tell you one of the things that I personally saw too yesterday is, you know, she's a U.S. citizen. This young lady is a U.S. citizen, but we still checked with ICE to see, do you have anybody by this name in your custody? Again, not any indicator at all that ICE may have picked her up, but we know that ICE is operating heavily everywhere right now. And unfortunately, you know.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, not a lot of them, but a lot of the younger girls do have an Apple Watch. I think every girl I know that has an iPhone has an Apple Watch. I don't, because I can't afford it. But when you're living at home, you can afford it. Not saying I'm talking Camila lives at home with her mom, but I don't think she has a job. They never said, I don't think.
Being a U.S. citizen is no guarantee that you're not going to get swept up in something. Thankfully, we were not, that didn't lead us to anything. They indicated that they did not have her in custody. But again, we would have been remiss if we didn't at least ask that question. Mira, nosotros estamos viendo en cada parte del condado que gente se desaparece. Gente acá en esta vecindad, cerca de ella se había contado que nos llega a juntar.
Ellos la lanzaron.
No sé, sí sé que tiene parientes en México, otras partes de nuestro país.
I work with a lot of missing persons. Can we?
Thank you, sir. Let me concentrate on the media folks here.
For people that want to help, right?
Yes, sir.
People in the community,
Yes, ma'am.
what can they do besides, anyone that lives in the neighborhood with video? What volunteer efforts are underway or available?
Well, so the volunteer search groups are kind of doing their thing right now. We would just appreciate it if they coordinate with us. Far be it from us to say don't search. If they feel it in their hearts to do that, we'd appreciate them coordinating with us to let us know where they're going to be. We certainly welcome the help if they so choose. But we would ask that they if they see law enforcement searching a particular area, that they just kind of stay out of that area. The last thing we want to do is be tripping over each other. But certainly if they feel that it's in their hearts to search a certain area, we'd appreciate that.
Just your thoughts on them.
I'm sorry?
Have you found any relevant physical evidence during these ground searches?
No, well, look, I certainly wouldn't be the type to discount anything at this point. I can tell you we haven't been made aware of any evidence that we would say is meaningful. But again, with that being said, if any of these search parties come across anything that they feel is relevant, call us. Call us. What we would recommend or what we would ask is that they not touch it. Because if it does happen to end up being some sort of evidence, we don't want that chain of custody tainted in any way. So if you happen to see something out there, call us, 210-335-6000.
Just your concern that we're now in day 5 without seeing her.
Look, always cause for concern. Young folks, a lot of things can happen to a young person in a matter of hours. So yeah, the fact that we're five days out and counting is certainly cause for concern. A lot of things can happen to this young lady. That's why it's incumbent on us, on this community, to everybody come together with the objective of getting her back to her family sooner rather than later.
Can you talk about what agencies are helping outside of BCSO on the ground, or is it just you all?
Right now, we're the only law enforcement agency out here on the ground that I'm aware of. We have coordinated with SAPD and with Helotes PD, obviously both great partners, because some of the search areas border their city limits. I'm certain that they'd come out and help us if we asked them to. But for right now, it's just BCSO. The FBI has been helping us out, as I mentioned, with some of the technologies. And then HSI has been helping us with databases and things like that. ¿Mande? Bueno, pues aquí vamos a estar por unos cuantos días, cuando menos, y ya de ahí vamos a ver dónde nos lleva la investigación. Ok, gracias.
Can you confirm if that picture in front of her car is specifically her, and why they have some people are saying that they have leggings?
I can't confirm for certainty that that's her. We believe that that's her, and that's the premise that we're operating under. Okay.
Putting out the footage of in front of the school.
We've shared it with these guys. Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank y'all so much.
What about sharing with the family and the friends?
Okay. Whoa. Don't play her. She'll strike me. Okay. So do I. I hope and pray that she's found safe. So we'll go to the boyfriend, because that was one of the first people to talk. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Oh, not Camila Cabello. Oh, geez. It's like sometimes I can't do multiple things at one time. Where is his? Sydney was the other girl that's missing. Where's the one with her boyfriend? Oh, here's the one with her that they said that it's her walking, that the lady shared on her way home or way to work or something. It's really dark, but you can see her. See her walking. You gotta look quick. There she goes. You see her walking? Where is the... Well, we might have to go to the dad. You know, and what's so... what I don't understand is this Sydney, but then the parents didn't let a lot of information out either. But they didn't talk about Sydney as much. Trying to find the one with their dad. I don't know where the one with their boyfriend went to. Well, let's listen to her friends. That's right there.
Okay. I'll start with you. Just remind me of your first name and last name.
My name is Aitana Ponce.
And how do you spell your first name and your last name?
AITANAPONCE.
Amazing. And then same thing for you.
I'm Amanda Saldana, AMANDA
Great. So tell me a little bit about what we're doing out here. Tell me a little bit about, this is day 3 in the search?
Day 5.
Day 5. So what do we know so far?
Nothing much. I mean, we know that she went to her car in the morning, but the
reporter doesn't even know what day they're on.
That's really it. We just know, it's not like her. I don't think she's ever done this since we were kids. We grew up with her since we were little. She went to elementary with her, and all of our moms are family friends. So we've just never, known her to be like that.
Same thing for you.
Yeah, she's always been probably the most cautious out of all of us. Always had great intuition. So it's not like her to leave. And we don't know. We have no clue what happened.
When you first heard the news about her disappearance, what ran through your heads?
That they were going to find her right away. I thought that she just went on a walk or something. I didn't think that she went anywhere. I know my dad was the one that told me. So I was like, no, Cammy, I'll just call her real fast. But they were like, no, she left without her phone. They've been looking for her since Christmas Eve.
When was the last time you guys heard her?
The last time I saw her was Thanksgiving. My family went out of town for Christmas, so we didn't really, we were in Cali when we heard, and I expected her to be back, in a couple hours, but when they put out the report, we couldn't even, enjoy the holidays. We were just so worried about her and her family.
So what kind of person is Cammy? You said she's a very cautious person.
Very cautious, very sweet. She was a great person. So,
she is
a great person.
I know this is kind of making you guys upset, and that's not what I intend to do, but what makes it so emotional for you right now?
Just that, we grew up with her, since we were babies, there was millions of times where I know she lives down the street from her, so we always had sleepovers in Amanda's house, and we walked her home so many times, we would walk through that same street that we walked every single day. And I just think it's crazy how the one time she went by herself, she didn't come back. There were so many times where we all wanted to, we always walked together. We always wanted her to sleep over, so we didn't all 3 walk by ourselves. But I don't know. I mean, there was no way that she just left, you know, especially at such, for like Hispanics at least, it's such an important holiday, Christmas Eve. So I don't know. I just don't think she would have left for any reason on her own, you know.
Always had her phone, right?
Yeah, she always had her phone. She was a very big music person. She loved music. So if she went on a walk, I feel like she would have taken her phone for music at least, even if she didn't use it, even if she wasn't on it. But she was, out of all three of us growing up, the most paranoid. Every time that she wanted to go home, she made us take her. She made sure that we all three walked each other. So when we walked back, it was us two walking back by ourselves after we walked her home. If we didn't want to take her for whatever reason, we made sure that she stayed over so she didn't walk by herself, even if it was a few houses down, just to be safe. I mean, she always kept her mom updated if she needed to. She always had her location on. She always, I don't know, she's always been cautious. There's, you know, she's never been reckless, or she's never gone out and, you know, like gone crazy, like drunk or like partied or done anything like that. She's never been like that since we were little.
The same thing for you. You know, the emotions are really high.
So when she was little, she went out and got drunk. Girl, you are little. I'm sorry, it was funny. I thought it was, in my opinion.
Right now, tell me how you're feeling.
Honestly, just kind of in shock. I mean, we can't really believe that this is happening or that it's gone on so long. I mean, we just want her back.
Absolutely. If she's watching this and sees anything like this happening, what's the message that you want to get out to her?
Just come home. Yeah, I mean, no one's, you know, we just want you back no matter what. Like, if you don't want us to question you, we won't. Like, I don't know. If anyone knows where she is, just bring her home. You don't have to say anything. You can just drop her off anywhere. You could just make sure that she's safe and she's good. I don't know. I want Cammy home.
Thank you, ladies. Now, where's the search happening today? I know that we're here. Is there any process? Everyone's just kind of scattered, right?
Yeah, everyone's a little bit scattered. I know that we're kind of searching through Government Canyon a little bit, which is more by like Sotomayor High School and stuff. But I mean, it's really been everywhere. I mean, I think right now everyone's just kind of grasping at straws, every little place that they can go, every little place that we can think of. Because I mean, there's no way that there's nothing, you know, like there has to be something, especially like in this year, you know, 2025, there's no way that no one knows anything, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ring camera footage, like everyone has it. There has to be something. There has to be something.
Yeah.
Have you heard any leads yet? Anything?
No. I mean, not really. Everything's just a guess, you know. Everything's just speculation, just kind of trying to make up our minds about, like, honestly, I'd rather her have ran away. You know, I'd rather her have just wanted to leave than anything else, but you know. Regardless, I mean, we really don't believe she would have left, but even if she had thoughts about it, she wouldn't do it like this. She's 19. She didn't have to disappear. She could have just took her car.
But what's crazy is it's all these statements are contradicting themselves, because we're told that she goes on this specific walk every morning, never misses a day, never ever forgot her phone either. So it's just weird.
Or she could have just done something else completely different. Leaving with nothing, I mean, that just makes no sense.
I know. Thank you, ladies, so much for talking to us. And clearly got some really good friends. So really nice to meet you guys, and I wish the best outcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
All right. No, we're not doing that one again. Here's the dad.
Father.
Yes, I'm Camila's father.
Tell me a little bit how you're feeling right now.
Well, I'm feeling down, devastated, you know. The only thing is my faith. It keeps me going in God, and I'm in the faith, and all the support here, community, churches, all over, family members, all over. I know the prayers. That's what's keeping me strong.
Yeah, I talked to your friend over here, and he was telling me how your daughter was just always with you.
Yes.
Kind of like a daddy's girl.
Daddy's girl. That she always called her that. Daddy's girl.
So tell me a little bit about how the search is going, where we stand right now.
Oh, we're standing good. They're doing an awesome job, everybody. Also, all the rescues, the sheriffs, the big sheriff, everybody. And I know God out there too.
Any leads on what could possibly had happened? I know your friend said that she might have said her goodbyes to you a day prior.
Oh, she came in and said and told me she loves me, but that was usual for me. So it was daddy's girl and always loved me, and she loved me and cared for me. To remember that I love you, I said like nothing. She always said that to me, so it wasn't something awkward or different. I never thought unusual, but she ain't the type of person who would have done something like this. She always put her, first. I mean, she wouldn't put her. She always put anybody first before her, and caring, loving, Christian.
Yeah. So now we have the FBI involved. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, that's what I heard. It was good news from the investigators. That makes me feel great, and I hope we find her. I mean, we're gonna find her. We're gonna find her, and she's gonna come home safe.
Yeah.
We'll miss her. Whoever sees her.
Yes. Very, very strange, in my opinion.
They're out there, and she knows out there that daddy's here waiting, and come home and love her.
Absolutely. We got tons of people out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, this is for a rescue. They were offering. I've been getting help. Blessed. I know it's the blessing of God, first, and everybody supporting. I don't have words for thanking all this gratitude by the bottom of my heart. Thanks to everybody and all around the world. I know those prayers. That's what's holding me strong.
Nearly a week, though. It's nearly a week that she's been missing. It's pretty tough.
It's tough.
Yeah. How are you and the family?
Family good. A lot of support. It's all over. But I know that some of them are not here. I'm from California. I've been here 13 years. I just got like one cousin that's it here. But all my family's in California. But no matter where you're at, but the prayers. They told me universal, worldwide, wherever, global, in Mexico. And a lot of family in Mexico too, praying, supporting. That's what's extending me, my faith and all the prayers and the support.
It's got to be hard to not hear from her, for nearly a week and wonder where she could be.
Well, I worry a lot. I would say she took nothing, no identification, nothing, or her cell is unusual, awkward,
Now, her mom said she took her ID. Dad says she didn't take that.
Not the type of person who would have done something. I'm not saying she's a runaway or something, but it's totally, I'm just state of shock, But she ain't the type of person, loving, caring, with her friends, going to school.
Is nobody communicating in this situation?
Nothing out there drinking or anything, nothing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're hearing from people.
Yeah, very
shocked.
humble, caring, totally shocked. I mean, for myself, it just feels shocked, but, I would like to find her. Anything, I know we're doing an awesome job, everybody, you guys too, everybody out here, what I have is just thanks to everybody here in community, I might know, but when they come in, hey, anything we could do, support, I said, just the prayers. The only thing I need is the prayers, and she's out there listening. That daddy loves her. Whoever knows, it hurts. It breaks my heart. And any leads, bring it to the sheriffs, or she could come and she listen. We ain't mad. She just got to come. I wish she would have told me something. I know stress gets in the way, emotions turn. But it was holding me. My faith. It hurts inside. I broke down a couple times. I still break when I go home, but I know the prayers are holding me down in my faith.
Amazing. Anything else you think, Blake? Anything else that you want to add into the story that we're leaving out?
What can I say? I mean,
yeah. What does the family think that happened?
Well, I mean, I didn't know she was going to stress, but they didn't tell me because I was telling myself, we're divorced. I'm a divorce. I'm not with a mother, We're not together. We've been divorced 11 years. That affected the first time, but she never had thoughts like that, I was always there for her, whatever she needed. Bought her a car.
I know
Just
we saw reports of this being considered like a mental health.
No, I
concerns,
never
nothing
had no
like
mental,
that.
no depression. She was athletic,
Yeah.
She goes to work out at the gym, athletic, walks.
See, Dad just said, nope, no depression.
Walks and, ride a bike and just athletic and real humble.
Do you think?
But they put out that it's a white missing thing where it's intimate danger, and that means to herself. So no, parents are not together. They've been divorced for many years. I think they were married twice.
It might have been some foul play involved in this, or what do you think? Or where's your headspace at right now? With all
Well,
this?
might be. I can't say. I don't know, because she wasn't like that. She ain't like that. I mean, I'm sorry. She ain't like that. Because I know she got baptized Christian, and and all her friends, they get around. Her best friends, Camila, Estrella, Isabella. She calls her Bella. They're awesome friends and family. And you go ask them, and they're all caring of their family. She's a caring person. She is. She's humble, and nothing. I hope there's no foul play or nothing.
Right, we're not going up to that headspace, right?
I only say if someone knows her, seen her, to bring it out to the media, sheriffs, everywhere, wherever she's at. That's what I beg, like a father.
Thank you so much for talking to us. We appreciate
You're very
it.
welcome.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank
Wish
you.
you all the best.
Thank you. I don't know how I did.
So weird, right? Like, that's just completely strange. And you know what I can't find? The interview the boyfriend did. I can't find it anywhere, not even in my history. And I watched it.
Okay.
We can
I'll start with you. Just
another video of her going missing, or the one outside our house by her car. Where did it go? Oh, boy. Maybe this might have the video.
His cellmate. Officials say 41-year-old Joshua Walker died yesterday in the Lewis prison. He was admitted. Authorities are searching for a 19-year-old woman who went missing on Christmas Eve. Camila Olmos was last seen outside her home in Bexar County near San Antonio around 7 a.m. Her family says they contacted the sheriff's office when she failed to return home from her typical morning walk. They say her cell phone was found turned off in her bedroom. The sheriff's office believes Olmos is in imminent danger, and her family has indicated that her mental health may have played a role.
But the dad said no. And the mom said the phone was dead, not powered off. There's just so much inconsistencies in this story.
For all of today's top stories and to stay up to date on the latest developments, you can scan the QR code on your screen, which will take you to the Fox 10 Phoenix website, or you can download the free Fox Local app.
World leaders are visiting President Trump's home in Florida.
Well, I guess that was it on that. Let me find the video of her, the first video. Where is the other video of her outside her house? Yes, that's true. You're right. Man, I don't know. We got missing videos. We've got videos taken down. Oh, here's the, okay. I'm trying to find the video of her outside her house or the picture or whatever. That's not it. I don't know where all of a sudden all these videos are gone. Oh, wait, hold on, got it.
11,000 block of Caspian Spring. This is the last sighting of 19-year-old Camila Mendoza Olmos, the morning of Christmas Eve just before 7 a.m. outside her home in the 11,000 block of Caspian Spring in Northwest Bexar County. The video captured Camila next to her vehicle while the lights are on, but it doesn't show where she went after that. Her mother, Rosario, says they were asleep together that morning and she felt her get up. But when she woke up about an hour and a half later, she could not find Camila, but did notice her car was at the house.
I called her cell phone, but the cell phone was there on the bed and it was turned off. So I put it to charge and I went out to look for her. I thought I would find her like other times, walking, and we would come home together.
After getting back home and calling her boyfriend and Camila's father to ask if they had seen her, she then called the Bexar County Sheriff's Office to report her missing. Rosario said she spent all Christmas Day searching for Camila in areas near their home with a large group of family and friends, but so far they have found no sign of her. Rosario says she has hope she will find her daughter, but still can't.
Oh my God.
This is the last sighting of 19-year-old Camila Mendoza.
Okay, well, anyways, I wanted to go back and see that anyway.
But
do you notice that this person in this video has pants on? She was in
outside her home
shorts, like nighttime shorts,
in Northwest Bexar County. The video captured Camila next to her vehicle while the lights are on, but it doesn't show where she went after that.
But it looks like she's got pants on. And mom speaks
together
perfect
that morning.
English too.
She felt her get up, but when she woke up about an hour and a half later, she could not find Camila, but did notice her car was at the house.
I called her cell phone, but the cell phone was there on the bed and it was turned off. So I put it to.
Mom is a beautician, very, and the other girl that's missing, Sydney, or I think her name is, her mom is a beautician also, and they both own their own shops.
to charge and I went out to look for her. I thought I would find her like other times, walking, and we would come home together.
After getting back home and calling her boyfriend and Camila's father to ask if they had seen her, she then called the Bexar County Sheriff's Office to report her missing. Rosario said she spent all Christmas Eve searching for Camila in areas near their home with a large group of family and friends, but so far they have found no sign of her. Rosario says she has hope she will find her daughter, but still can't believe it's gone on this many hours without finding her.
I only ask God to please, please bring her back home. Bring her back to me.
Rosario says it's not normal for Camila to disappear like this. Rosario says she always knows where Camila is at. And while she prays for her return, she's also asking the community for prayers.
My dog is barking. The girl Sydney that's also missing, she is Hispanic also. She's from Houston, but she was in San Antonio walking to her hotel to meet her friends. She crossed the street and that was the last time they seen her. They're hoping to get the Starbucks that's across the street to give them their video in hopes that maybe she's on there and see where she went after that.
Pray, 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 and ask from the heart to God and the angels and the Virgin Mary, whoever you believe in, to please for my daughter to return.
This is the last sighting of 19-year-old.
But isn't it
Camila
weird how
Mendoza
that person's
Olmos.
got pants
The morning
on?
of Christmas
Well,
Eve, just before 7 a.m.
Does anybody know anything about this girl
block of
that's
Caspian
missing?
Spring in Northwest.
I'm really concerned that they don't know anything. I want to watch some of the helicopter and then I'm going to call it a day. It was news right here. It was live. There we go. Watch them. All right, see you tomorrow.
Turn the heater on, my man.
I want to talk, but my dog is barking. But yeah, gosh, I'm not used to big cities like that. Like my town could probably fit 700 times in that area. Sorry, I had to make a quick phone call. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it good. I've been on for almost 2 hours. But anyways, if you're on the replay, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it. Y'all have a good rest of your day. And if I don't see you before or talk to you before the 1st, Happy New Year. Bye-bye.